Hey, so how are you doing? It's the last day of 2011. Um, Not really into posting today, but I did want to get on and tell everybody to like make 2012 your best year. It's this sort of legendary time, and uh, reach for your highest aspiration, because I have a feeling that the way the whole 2012 legacy is going to happen is a simple splitting of consciousness, of where you're going to have a whole mass of people that are stupid animals, and you're going to have a whole mass, not a mass, way less people that are conscious, that are aware, that are not slaves, that are not stupid animals. And keep in mind that I'm not putting animals down, I'm just simply saying that they have a consciousness that's not highly evolved. I don't think we're ever going to get out of this world if we don't start living in the beyond the five sense world, and to me that's what 2012 is all about. So, two things I'm doing, which are cultivating my shen, is I walk half hour every day. And for some of you, I know that's like impossible. I walk in the forest. So that's not going to have as big an effect if you're walking in the city, but nonetheless, walking. Meditating. Start meditating really seriously, and don't go, how do I meditate? Because that's stupid. You meditate by focusing on your breath. Or people have said stupid things to me when I talk about meditating. It's like, what do you meditate on? You're so fucking sketchy. And it's just like, I express how I am. Some people wear a facade thing, and you don't know what's really going on. With me, you can pretty much tell what's going on visually, because it's me through and through. And so, what do you meditate on? Because you're so freaking sketchy, you know? Like, meditate on, that sounds like something that a stupid fundamentalist Christian would say. You can meditate on stuff, but the idea, meditation is just simply focusing the mind, thinking about nothing. Focusing in on your breath is pretty easy. Then there's the one for cultivating your psychic ability, your pituitary gland, and your, by focusing breath, going right through here. That's basically the mid-brow is where the pituitary lives in the middle of your brain, which is, if you go to the back of the book of Ramtha's White Book, he shows some very interesting diagrams of, in his opinion, how that all looks. So, cultivate that stuff, cultivate the shen, cultivate the world outside the five sense world. So I want to tell you real quick what I'm doing. I am definitely not an advocate of veganism. Fuck that. I don't know where I was before I started this. Like, I came out of my vegan world in February of 2010 when I ate chicken tartare with truth. And I have never, my choice of being vegan has never been ethical. It's always been the pursuit of ultimate health. And at the time, it made perfect sense to me. I don't have anything against any vegans. The sort of, people that are on YouTube, and again, this age thing is always somewhere in late teens up to like 33, 34, 35 at the latest, with these people that are just like, vegan. I personally, I would not have, at that time, I may not have listened to somebody like me. I mean, I collapsed big time, and it was like, I think slowly starting to eat meat, it's just slowed it down, but I just jumped into it. I'm doing therapeutic, I'm carnivore right now. I'm eating like a freaking cat, but with some green juice, a lot of green juice, but it just was not a good choice. It is not the natural human diet. I do not think it's the natural human diet unless it's interfaced with a high spiritual thinking where you can actually transmutate prana. So, okay, so I bounced back. I'm feeling really good. Things about me, I don't feel like, my core feels stronger. People I'm working with, specifically my colonic therapist and my psychic neuro-linguistic programmer, all seeing just, wow, look what you did in 20 days. So I get my 13th check from my union. I'm a pensioner. I worked my ass off for 25 years and retired early based on my HIV status. And I get, you know, a couple thousand from that. And I get a 13th check, which pretty much that all goes into my living. I spent every dime of my 13th check on supplements. Every single dime. I did not buy one shirt. I did not pay one single bill. Not that I have a lot. All herbs. Lots of deer antler. I got three kinds of deer antler. I got enough deer antler for 3 months for therapeutic dosages. Enough deer placenta for 3 months for therapeutic doses. That's 6 caps. Not sure about the deer antler. I'm playing with that because I haven't taken therapeutic dosages over sustained days. I've done things where I go to the Erewhon tonic bar and there's puts 8 squirts in there. Or I've done it when I first get a bottle. I'm like, shh. But over a long period, I've not done it. This will be a new thing for me. So, and I'm balancing that because deer antler's yang, deer placenta is yin. Jeez. Is yin, you know, and so taking lots and lots of stuff. I got all these big bags from Jing Herbs. This one's Pearl. Never take consistent therapeutic dosages of Pearl. Major Shen, and that's where I'm going. That's my last frontier, is getting really connected with that Shen, which is related to the Jing. Because when the Jing starts crumbling, the Shen is right behind it. And that's pretty much, you could associate a reason with why a good majority of old people are bitter and sort of, you know, just kind of curmudgeon is what my friend calls it. Don't want this to be a long video, so I'm going to wrap this up. Lots and lots of stuff I got, and I'm going to be taking therapeutic dosages of tonic herbs, trying to like get my Jing super strong. Super Jing is another one that's a little bit pricey. Good one to take with those 3, and then of course I'm taking the root stuff, which is Hoshiwu Romania 6 to me, or Hoshiwu formula with Romania 6 formula. Those are the no matter what to me. I think that anybody that's aware of herbalism should be taking those 2 all the time, a minimum of 3 caps of each in the morning and at night. Minimum. That's what's going to keep your hair, keep decent skin and all that stuff. And it's just like, it's like boring. It doesn't really feel like it does anything to you or anything like that. It's just, you notice it in the long term. And then after the long term, you still don't notice it, except that you look better. You're maybe not as gray as everyone else that's 49. You don't look like shit as much as everybody that's 49. All that kind of stuff. So, honestly, I never spent so much on herbs. I was like, am I doing the right thing? And I was like, of course I'm doing the right thing. You know, it's like, fuck the house, fuck the car. It's like, if you don't exist, if you don't have a healthy life, if you're not the best you can be, then you're going downhill. And it's like, I'm on the crest of the hill right now. You know, upside, downside. And I'm sitting up there on the top, and sometimes it's going a little, and other times it's going a little, and that's exactly where I am. And that's what I was saying about earlier on when I kind of busted back on here and I said, my body is a canvas. If you're interested, and mind you, I have some really good breeding stock in me. Just leave it at that. And for people to judge other people and say, oh, that person doesn't look that good. It's just like, you don't know what the whole lineage is. So that, you know, it's like Brian Clement from Hippocrates. Supposedly, somebody told me he's 70-ish. Looks great for a 70-year-old. I kind of suspect he's not vegan. But nonetheless, I heard somebody ask him at a raw food event I was at a long time ago, you have fully dark hair. And he said, doesn't have anything to do with what I eat. It's my lineage. And so I'm from a good lineage. That was that digression. I'm from a very good lineage. When I look back at my youth, age 13, stuff like that, when I think about that I had, man, you know, and I want that back. It lives in me. I know about that, you know. So, my screen just went to sleep, and now I'm brighter. Oh, a friend gave me this Ultravox shirt, one of my favorite bands from my youth, about 19 years old. This band changed everything, and not so hugely known here in America, but big all over the rest of the world. Played a very important part in integrating synthesizer into rock music. And Ultravox was sort of based around, I would say, a combination of the German band Neu from Germany, which another super important band that changed everything, and most people don't know it. N-E-U exclamation point, Neu. Ultravox was a combination of the sort of raw, and Neu also, arguably, but to anybody in the know that's a musicologist, Neu basically invented alternative rock, invented punk rock. I mean, they had songs where the guitar player would play one chord. And that was also the song Hero by Neu is the one that David Bowie plagiarized that title and was very into the album Neu 75 when David Bowie made some big changes, which was the indirect thing of how Neu influenced the English was through David Bowie, because David Bowie was living in Berlin and stuff like that. And so anyways, Ultravox was a combination of two German bands in my mind. Kraftwerk, full-on synthesizers, and the sort of minimalism of Neu. And Ultravox changed everything, paved the way. A lot of people know about him, but not this album. And this album was produced by the late, great German producer, Conny Plank. You can see it's not going to be a short video. Anyways, the song is Ultravox Vienna. And unfortunately, I could not find the pioneering film noir black and white video that was one of the first videos ever that was like MTV played in regular rotation when there was only like 6 other bands that actually made videos. So, yeah, Ultravox Vienna. And live up to the 2012 expectation, even if it's like all a bunch of bullshit. Take the legacy of 2012 and make this next year just be everything, do everything. And if you're having problems with willpower, I didn't bring that herb out here, but I do want to tell you that there is a great, inexpensive herbal formula called Willpower by Dragon Herbs. And a lot of Chinese herbs, you take them, other than deer antler and some of the crazy yang stuff, doesn't really affect you right away. Willpower is one that is yin, that's cultivating. You will notice right away when you're just like, all of a sudden this like will takes over. So hey, this is Keith. Thank you everybody for, I'm coming up next year on my birthday, turning 49, and as well it's going to be 3 years that I've been on YouTube, and it's been quite a journey. I was a full-blown raw vegan when I started this Beyond Raw Food channel. I did not think that this was the way it was going to go. It wasn't Beyond Raw Food as in moving away from raw food. It was Beyond Raw Food because I just more or less really gotten heavily into medicinal mushrooms. I've gotten into sleeping grounded and a lot of the stuff that didn't have to do with food, and that's what I was wanting to talk about. And that was the Beyond Raw Food title. And of course, as wonderful poetic words when you put them together, and there's maybe a little bit of ambiguity in it, you don't know where it's going to go. And so Beyond Raw Food means that Keith thinks that vegan raw food, veganism mainly, is a bunch of shit. And that's that. Hey, I'm going to stop under 15 minutes. I'm babbling now. Peace. I love you all. Spread love throughout the world. And, this whole Occupy thing that's going on, that's a really great thing. And I love that they don't have a focus, that they don't have an agenda, because that's the way this world works. And that's the same thing with all this political crap, is everybody supposedly has an agenda. The Occupy movement is saying, we're pissed off, it's fucked up, you people stop doing the shit that you're doing, all you people at the top of the chain. And I love it. All right.